Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing great. We're going to do a science lesson today, but to get started, I have a little riddle for you. Sarah's birthday is in December. For her birthday, she wants to have a pool party because her birthday is in the summer. Let me say that again. Her birthday is in December, but she's having a pool party because it's in the summer. How is that possible? I'll give you a couple seconds to try and think of an answer. The answer is she actually lives in Australia. And in Australia, not only is it a different hemisphere, meaning their summertime is when our wintertime is, but she also lives in a different climate where it's a lot warmer. So today we are going to be talking about climate. So let's define the term climate first. Climate is the weather conditions in an area over a long period of time. So in other words, what's the typical weather like in an area and how does it change? In our world, we have 5 main climates. They're tropical, dry, moderate, continental, and polar. So those are the 5 main climate types that we're going to be talking about today. First, let's go over our objectives before we go any further. Our objective is I can understand the different climate types and understand what characteristics make them unique. I am successful when I describe the characteristics of my climate choice. So, we're going to be learning about those 5 climate types, and then you're going to choose one at the end of the lesson to describe. So let's talk about the 5 climate types. Okay, the first climate type that we have is a tropical climate. A tropical climate typically has temperatures from 71 to 95 degrees. There's excessive rainfall, so there's luxuriant vegetation. It means there's lots of plants that grow. Trees and flowers and bushes, all types of plants grow there. And some example locations would be the Amazon or the Congo or any like jungle that you can think of. That's a tropical climate. Or a rainforest. Those are all examples of tropical climates. You know, it's a little bit hard to read, but there's that first one. The next one is the dry climate. The dry climate ranges from freezing, which is about 32 degrees, all the way up to 113 degrees. So in the dry climate, when the sun goes down, it actually gets pretty cold in the 30s, but when the sun is out, man, it gets hot. It only gets about 10 inches of rain a year, so it's very, very dry, and it's the name dry climate. So not much vegetation grows there. Really, the main type of plant that grows there is like the cactus. And some examples of the dry climate would be like the Sahara Desert, Iran, Iraq, and places like that. So if you want to look at that one more time, it's that second one. The next climate type that we're going to talk about is the moderate climate. A lot of times it's referred to as a Mediterranean climate. The temperature usually ranges from about 30 to 72. The average winter temperature is 30 degrees. The average summer temperature is 72. So it's pretty mild. It doesn't get too cold in the winter, but it doesn't get too hot in the summer either. They only get about 20 inches of rain a year. So it's not too much rainfall and not too much vegetation. A lot of the vegetation that grows there are like the pine trees, olive branches, fig trees, stuff that doesn't require a whole lot of rain, and that can survive in a drier climate. Some examples would be like Greece, any of those countries surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, so like Italy, Spain, those countries, and then also South Africa is actually a moderate climate. So if you want to take a look at that one, it's the third. It's a little hard to see. The fourth climate that we're going to talk about is the continental climate. The average winter temperature is about 25 degrees, and the average summer temperature is about 71 degrees. Even though this is the average, this type of climate actually has the widest range of temperatures. So in the winter, it can get below 0, but it can also get over 100 degrees in the summer. So a very wide range in temperatures. This type of climate gets about 20 to 50 inches of rain a year, so pretty average. It's not too much to where it's super moist, but it's also a little bit drier, so it's kind of just in the middle there as far as rainfall. Some examples would be Russia, Canada, and northern United States. So I believe that would be like Montana, maybe even Wyoming. They all have continental climates. If you want to take a look at that. Next we have our polar climate. Our polar climate rarely rises above freezing for temperature, and there have been temperatures recorded as low as negative 126 degrees. That's really cold. They only get about 10 inches of precipitation a year, so even though it's really cold, it's also very, very dry. It's been said that polar climates are actually considered a desert, but a freezing desert. So it's very, very dry, but very, very cold. Some examples would be Greenland, North Canada, Antarctica, places like that. Okay, so if you want to take a look at that one real quick before we move on. Okay. So, let's go over our assignments that I have for you. The first assignment is going to be an article on ReadWorks called Climates, Climate Groups. Okay, so you're going to read that article. It'll be assigned to you by Mrs. Hanson, and then you're going to answer the questions at the end. Okay, make sure that you're using complete sentences on those written response questions. Otherwise, we're going to send it back to you. Make sure that you're writing in complete sentences, not just one word, okay? The next assignment that I have is kind of a fun assignment. It is a one-pager. So you're going to pick one climate type, and you are going to create a one-pager on that climate. The things that you'll need in it are the name of the climate that you chose, an example location. This can be general, so you can, if you picked like a dry climate, you could say desert, or if you picked the tropical climate, you could do jungle or rainforest, or if you'd like to, you can also be more specific and give a country. Okay, I gave an example on all of the climates that I just explained, so you can rewatch the video and just write down one of those. Whatever you want to do, that is fine, as long as you have one example location. Okay? Then you also need a brief description. This can include the rainfall, the temperature, the seasons it has, or any other fun information that you found that you thought was interesting. You can include it on there. You will also need at least one plant and one animal that lives in the climate. You'll need to write that down or draw a picture, which is the last criteria for the one pager. So you'll need to have a drawing of the climate. It could be of the landscape, of the plant and animal you chose. However that works with your one pager that you chose. This assignment can be uploaded onto the Seesaw page so we all can see your beautiful artwork. I did do an example for you guys. So I did the tropical climate. You'll see I have the name of my chosen climate, my name. I gave examples. I said where, the Congo and Amazon. Those are specific examples. What? This is my description of the climate, and I gave kind of the average temperatures and the rainfall, and I also included that it's very humid. Then I combined my drawing and my plant and animal. So I did the drawing of the plants and animal, and on the website that I will be giving to you guys, it said that there was layers of vegetation, so it didn't give a specific plant to me because there are so many. It just said that there's lots of layers, and this is the canopy layer, so I went ahead and labeled that. And then my animal here is the poison dart frog. So if you do the plants and animal as your drawing, then make sure they are labeled, because I do need to know what animal and plant you chose. Okay, maybe one more look at that. So again, take a picture of that and upload it to Seesaw so we all can see it. The website that I'm going to have you guys go to is climatetypesforkids.com. Okay, www.climatetypesforkids.com. And I'm going to include a video that kind of goes over this website, because if you go to the website, there's actually more climates than the 5. But if you go to the home page, it has the 5 main climates and then which types go under that. And I will explain all that in the other video with how to use that website. So, one more website I want to give to you guys. This is optional. If you have questions about climate types or you're really interested in it and you want to know more, climatekids.nasa.gov/menu/weather-and-climate/. That link is a really cool website where it has all types of information about climates if you're interested in learning more. And I will post that link for you guys on Seesaw or the Canvas or wherever. I will make sure that that link is included so you can go there. So in summary, you're going to do the ReadWorks article and answer the questions using complete sentences when you need to. Then you're going to make the one-pager, and you're going to do the research on the website climatetypesforkids.com. Okay, then you're going to take a picture and post it to the Seesaw page. I hope that you guys have fun with this lesson. I really enjoy science and learning about our climate and the way things work and just all the different types. Also some beautiful artwork you get to do. Get creative with it, get fun, don't take it too seriously. And I look forward to seeing all of your guys' one-pagers. Bye! Alright, so this is the video on how to use climate types for kids.com. This is the research page for your one-pager. So this is where it takes you, and you'll see the globe here. And here are the 5 types of climates that we went over. So there's tropical, dry, moderate, continental, and polar. So notice underneath tropical, there's tropical wet and tropical wet and dry. You can just choose, let's say that you decided you wanted to do tropical. Just pick one of these and make your one-pager based off that. That is totally fine. Same thing, if you chose moderate, you could either choose Mediterranean, humid, or subtropical, or humid subtropical, or marine west coast, okay? So just choose one of the subtopics and include it as your climate that you chose. So, for example, I chose tropical on my sample one-pager. So I went to tropical wet. over here. Okay, this is where it gave me all the information that I used on the one pager. I did not go to tropical wet and dry at all. I just used this page, and that is fine. So if you scroll down, it can give you the where. So right here it says large areas of tropical wet are found in Brazil, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Indonesia, and the Philippines. So there's your where. What seasons? So this is something that I didn't go over or include, but feel free to if you think this is interesting to you, because in the tropical wet climate, there's only one season. So unlike here where we have summer, spring, winter, fall, they only have one season. Then here they have the temperatures. They actually have a chart, and then they give you that the average temperature is 80 degrees, and they range from about 68 to 93. Okay, then here we have the rainfall that it gets, 100 to 300. Then it gives you an example of plants and an example of animals. So again, you can just choose one of these and one of these to include on your one pager. So I'll give you one more example. We'll click on Mediterranean. See, it gives you where, what, temperatures, precipitation, plants, and animals. Okay? So again, if you go home, just the climatetypesforkids.com, pick whichever of the 5 climates you would like, then go underneath it and pick one of those subclimates, and then just include that. Okay? Have fun, guys! I also wanted to give you guys an overview of this Climate Kids website that's just kind of fun. So if you go to climatekids.nasa.gov/menu/weather-and-climate, and then another slash, then it'll take you to this page. So it gives you a brief overview, and then it has all these cool links that you can click on and just kind of explore. Again, this is not something that you have to do, but if this interests you, this is a great website. So hope you guys have fun with that.